Those of you who are joining online, a warm welcome as well. It's a cool morning, but still crisp. Wakes up you as soon as you get out. So let's please stand for our opening prayer. Shall we read?
जगत माता विश्वरूपिणी नमस्ते। ओम भूर्भुवः स्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्। ओम भूर्भुवः स्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्। ओम भूर्भुवः स्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्। ओम त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव वन्दनात् मृत्युर्मुक्षीयमामृतात्। ओम पृथ्वीमयावृता लोका देवी त्वं विष्णुरावृता त्वं जगन्मां देवी पवित्रं रुद्रास्त्रम् श्रीश्रुतिमाताभ्यो नमः।
ओम हस्प्रक्षालनं समर्पयामि गोविन्दाय नमः। ओम अमृतोपस्तरणमस्ते स्वाहा। ओम अमृतापिधानमस्ते स्वाहा। ओम सत्यं यशः श्रीर्मयि श्रीजयतां स्वाहा। हस्प्रक्षालनं समर्पयामि गोविन्दाय नमः। ओम कुष्मले सुपूर्णं मा कृष्णगे जनार्दन कुसागरे संकं देवं कुष्ठरं करोमयम्। ओम ईराजोमणिराज दामिन्द्रो महाबला तेन्द्रं प्रतिवदामि रक्षा माचल माचल। Please join us now in the degree rights and eyes first, touch first the lips. Om Vangamasyastu nos, Om Nasur me pranosti mais, Om Chadur me chakshurastu ears, Om Karayur me shrutramastu arms, Om Bahur me balmastu guys, Om Uvur me ujyastu arva, Om Arishtani me angani, Namastanvani Swaha Sandhu. Sorry, we'll be joining in the Swasti Vachan, the benedictory mantras. Om Hari Om Swasti Na Indro Vidastava Swasti Na Pusha Vishwaveda Swasti Na Stakshu Rishtadeni Swasti no Brihaspati Dadhatu. Om Paya Prithivyam Payaushadhishu Payo Divyantarikshe Payodha Payaswati Pradesha Santomyaham. Om Vishnu Raratmasi Vishnu Shnaprishtu Vishnu Surasi Vishnu Druvasi Vishnamasi Vishnavetava. Om Agnir Devata Vato Devata Suryo Devata Chandrama Devata Vasu Devata Rudra Devata Aditya Devata Marutu Devata Vishwadeva Devata Brihaspati Devata इन्द्रदेवता वरुणदेवता ॐ द्यौ शान्तिरन्तरिक्षं शान्ति पृथिवी शान्तिर् आपः शान्तिर् औषधय शान्तिर् वनस्पति शान्तिर् विश्वदेव शान्तिर् ब्रह्मा शान्तिर् सर्वगुण शान्तिर् शान्तिरेव शान्तिः सामा शान्तिरेधि ॐ विश्वानि देवा सवितर्दुरितानि प्रस्व यद्भद्रं तनस्व ॐ शुक्लं वरं देवं शशिवर्णं चतुर्भुजं प्रसन्नवदनं ध्यायेत् सर्वविघ्नोपशान्ति ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिकरा भवन्तु। प्रेम से श्री कृष्ण चंद्र भगवान की जय। शरणम प्रभु। ओम भूरसी भूमिरसी नीतिरसी विश्वधाय विश्वस्य भुवनस्य धात्री पृथ्वी अच्छा पृथ्वी त्रिगोमा पृथ्वी मही गोम सह प्रेम से पृथ्वी माता की जय। शरणम प्रभु। With flowers in the hand now, we meditate and offer salutations and puja to Bhagavan in the form of Ganesha. Ganesha is Vigneshwar, remover of obstacles, giver of success, storehouse of wisdom. We ask Bhagavan to inspire us from within with the knowledge to recognize our challenges and the abilities to be able to overcome them all. For this Ganesha, we join in humble salutation. Om Gajananam Bhutagaladhisevitam Purvacharvakshanam Umastam Shokavinaashayadam Namami Vigneshwaraya Pankajam Om Mahesha Putra Samasta Vigno Bharnasha Daksham Mandaya Puja Pradhanam Bhagavanam Grahana Puja Bhagavan Namaste Om Sarvamangalamadani Shri Sarvata Sarvati Sharanye Trayambake Gauri Narayani Namaste Sri Ganeshaya Namaha Namami Sri Gauri Mata Namami Ramyam Shobhanam Divyam Sarva Saukhyakaram Shubham
Ganapati Nam Ganapati Baba Nirmalana Subha Subhale Ganapati Nam Ganapati Baba Nirmalana Ganapati Nam Ganapati Baba Nirmalana मांगे माथे गंगा, एक चंद्र कहलाने वाले, करती है सबका कल्याण, करती है सबका कल्याण। सुबह सुबह रे गणपति नाम, गणपति बाबा सुबह सुबह उनके चरणों में ज्योति कुंज का रूप लगा, उनके चरणों में ज्योति कुंज का रूप लगा, ज्योति से ज्योति जगा ले, पूरन कर ले अपने काम, पूरन कर ले अपने काम। सुभाले गणपति नाम, गणपति बाबा निर्मल नाम, गणपति बाबा
In cross hands now, we glorify Bhagavan as Ganesha. Om Jai Ganapati Sarvabhuta Salam Kavivardhana Prabhavan Vignaharan Mangakaram Jai Jai Ganesha. Om Agacha Ganesha Videvi Swasthana Parmeshwari Aham puja karishyami Tvam sada sammukha. Prem se Gauri Ganesha Bhagwan ki jai. Sharanam Prabhu. We offer puja now to Mahalakshmi. Lakshmi is the spirit of prosperity, of wealth, of health, of beauty, of fortune. Most importantly, Hindu philosophy light is a symbol of wisdom as opposed to darkness. It symbolizes ignorance. We ask for Devi in the like manner that the light dispels the darkness of night, so may the darkness of our ignorance be replaced by the light of spiritual wisdom. To this Mahalakshmi, we join in our humble celebration.
कभी लक्ष्मी बन के कभी शारदा बन के तुम आती माँ जगदम्बे। कभी लक्ष्मी बन के कभी शारदा बन के तुम
We offer praises now to Sri Navgraha Devata, Navgraha symbolizing the planetary system. We as Hindus, we accept our lives are influenced by the energy from these planets based upon the time and place of our birth, as well as our own actions, which can be both of a positive or negative nature. Whatever negativity there may be today, we are asking Bhagavan to be our guide, to show us the challenges that we face, to reveal them to us, and to guide us through these difficult periods that we may come out victorious on top. For those of our members who are suffering from the negative effects of the Graha, we beseech Bhagavan to bless these individuals, to make them well, to make them whole, that they may once more be able to contribute to their homes, to their families, and to the community at large. Especially today, we pray for Srimati Janki Samaru, Srimati Anjani Ramphal, Srimati Lakshmi Devi, Srimati Mary Manbahal, and unfortunately, the guy we prayed for last week, Kayum Bakshet, I think his name was, has passed away during the week. His funeral was on Friday. Things are what they are. For those whose time have come, we can't stop it from happening. Death comes to everyone eventually. But for those who are alive yet, we pray for well-being for all of them. And hopefully when our time comes, it will happen very fast. And this is something I'd like to mention today as we speak. On Wednesday, I think it was Bhairav Jayanti. So we'll mention what Bhairav is symbolic of so that everybody is aware of it. Not too many of us know that Bhairav, every time you do Durga Puja, you do Bhairav Puja as well. And this is part of the ritual. And I think my friend on the back there, Bihari, knows all about that. He does it regularly. He does it on his own now. You don't call me anymore? What happened? I know, COVID, it's alright. So, just joking with you, pulling your leg, that's all. If I don't pull people's leg and make it a little fun in the place, it's become too somber. Somber is not what it is about. You gotta have fun too. Life is all about enjoying the right time and being somber at the right time too. So, for this, we offer prayers to Navgraha. We pray for peace in the heavenly regions, peace in the atmosphere, peace upon the earth as it affects our own lives directly. Om Brahma Murali Stepurantakari Manu Shashi Bhumi Suprabhudhasya Gurusya Sukha Shani Rabuketu Sarve Graha Shanti Bhavantu Sarve Graha Shanti Bhavantu Prem se Sri Navgraha Devata Ki Jai Sharanam Prabhu. We offer praises now to Mahavishnu, Vishnu, the all-pervasive Bhagavan Tikayama, who becomes manifest from time to time and age to age for the benefit of humankind, by whose grace and blessings the dumb speaks, the lame walks, the blind sees, the impossible becomes possible. Today we are asking, O Bhagavan, in the like way you become manifest in the world for the benefit of humankind, may you become manifest within my heart, be the guide of my intellect, guiding me on the path of truth, of dharma, of righteousness, of religion, the path which leads to welfare here, as well as the hereafter. This is Mahavishnu. We join in humble salutations. Om Sashankha Chakram Sakirita Kundalam Sapita Vastram Sarasvinorekshanam Sarvakshastarkosmupasmiyam Namami Vishnu Shirasa Chaturbhujam Omukam Karoti Vacham Pagunam Bhayate Girim Yatkripatamaham Vande Paramananda Madhavam Om Nilam Bhujasham Komaranam Silasamaropitavamaram Paramahasahikacharuchapam Namami Ramam Raghuvanshamatam Om Ramaya Ramabhadraya Ramachandraya Vedase Raghunathaya Nathaya Sitaya Pataya Namaha Om Nilavarnam Pikavasram Srivatsapadabhushitam Govidam Gokulanandam Brahmayera Vipujitam Brahmayera Vipujitam Shri Mahavishnu Bhagavan Bhyo Namaha Namami Om Ravyam Sushobhanam Divyam Svamasaukhyaakaram Shubham Asanam cha maya raktam Dana Parameshwara Idhyasanam Om
जो तुम्हें चाहे जीवन के कृष्णा जो तुम्हें चाहे जीवन की कृष्णा सुबह शाम बोल बंदे कृष्णा 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 सुबह शाम बोल बंदे तुम जाना चाहे जीवन की कृष्णा सुबह शाम बोल बंदे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्णा सुबह शाम बोल बंदे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्णा कृष्ण नाम पावन पावन कृष्ण नाम प्यारा प्यारा जो न भूले कृष्ण कृष्ण जग में वो हारा हारा कृष्ण नाम पावन पावन कृष्ण नाम प्यारा प्यारा जो न भूले कृष्ण कृष्ण जग में वो हारा हारा मन कामिते धियारा बोले कृष्ण कृष्ण मन कामिते धियारा बोले कृष्ण कृष्ण सुबह शाम बोल बंदे कृष्ण 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 सुबह शाम बोल बंदे कृष्ण 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 सबको मिलना पीना सुखा मदन का जाने जो न गया कृष्णा कृष्णा तुम धर्म क्या माने सबको मिलना पीना सुखा मदन क्या जाने जो न गया कृष्णा कृष्णा तुम धर्म क्या माने चाहे अगर उजियारा बोले कृष्ण कृष्णा चाहे अगर उजियारा बोले कृष्ण कृष्णा सुबह शाम बोल बंदे कृष्ण 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 सुबह शाम बोल बंदे कृष्ण कृष्ण दे भटकना दर्शन थोड़ा दे अहम बीना बोले जा जगत वैभव जगह है तुमको का देना छोड़ दे भटकना दर्शन छोड़ दे अहम बीना बोले जा जगत वैभव जगह है तुमको का देना देखा है मारा मारा कृष्ण कृष्णा देखा है मारा मारा बोले कृष्ण कृष्णा सुबह शाम बोल बंदे कृष्ण कृष्ण कृष्णा सुबह शाम बोल बंदे कृष्ण कृष्ण कृष्णा जो तू मिटाना चाहे जीवन की कृष्णा जो तुम मिटाना चाहे जीवन की कृष्णा सुबह शाम बोल बंदे कृष्ण 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 सुबह शाम बोल बंदे कृष्ण 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 सुबह शाम बोल बंदे कृष्ण कृष्ण कृष्ण
Pete, can you do the glorification for Sri Krishna?
Hey Krishna Gopal Hey Dindayal Hey Krishna Gopal हे दीन दयाल हरि। Krishna Gopal Hari, Nanda Gilal Hari, Krishna Gopal Hari, Nanda Gilal Hari, Jai Krishna Gopal Hari, Jai Nanda Gilal Hari. Hey Krishna Gopal Hari, Hey Deen Dayal Hari, Hey Deen Dayal Hari, Hey Deen Dayal Hari.
Friends, Mahavishnu Bhagwan ki Jai, Sharanam Prabhu. Life manner, we offer salutations and songs. We offer salutations of Bhagavan Shiva Shambhu. Shiva symbolizing a reabsorbing aspect of divinity. Atman becomes merged with the Paramatman. When self-realization is achieved, he is called Vardata, the giver of boons, by repeating Panchakshar mantra, Om Namah Shivaya. In the Puja of Bhagavan Shiva, the simple tendencies inherent within all of us, brought on by anger, greed, jealousy, covetousness, hatred, pride, envy, these become burned in the fires of our devotion. In this manner, we are able to attain purity of thoughts, of words, of deeds, of mind, of intellect, of actions, which are prerequisites for I invite all to sit upright to cast away the worldly cares. We all have them. Let's put these on the back of the minds for a little while. Meditate on the most pleasing aspect of Bhagavan. Bhagavan is beyond names, beyond forms. The names and the forms are tools that we use to help us to keep the mind under control. Let's use those tools, keep the mind under control. Imprint the image of Shiva within the heart. Ask him to make his home near, to be the guide of the intellect, guiding us on the path that leads to welfare, the path of truth and dharma, righteousness, religion. To this Shiva, we join in humble salutations. Gajendrasya kritim prasanam varenyam jatajutamati spuradam pravarim mahadevamekam sami smararim om mahesham suresham surayati Vibhu Vishwanatham Vibhutyam Gabhusham Virupaksham Advarakavanitrinetam Sadanandamine Prabhu Panchavatam Om Girisham Ganesham Galenilavarnam Gajendra Virudam Gunatita-rupam Om Bhaswaram Bhasmana Bhushitangam Avani Kalatram Vaje Panchavatram Om Shivakanta Shambho Shashankaradamale Maheshana Shurin Jatajutadaya Vaniko Jagatagyato Vishwarupa Prasidam Prasidam Prabhu Purna Rupam Om Namaste Namaste Vibhu Vishwamurti Namaste Namaste Chidananda Murti Namaste Namaste Tapayogamyam Namaste Namaste Shriyanagam Om Prabhu Shurapane Vibhu Vishwanath Mahadeva Shambho Mahesha Prinitra Shivakanta Shanta Smarane Purane Varanyo Varenyo Namanyo Nagamya Varanyo Varenyo Namanyo Nagamya Om Sri Shiv Shankara Bhagavan Namaha Om Ramyam Shobhanam Divyam Sarvasaukhyakaram Shubham Asanam Chamayadaptam Dharana Shiva Shankaram Om Namastu Nilagravayam Sahasrakshayam Idushe Atme Asya Satvano Antebhyo Akaram Namaha Om Triambakam Yajamamahe Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam Urvarukmiva Vandana Mrityormokshiyamamrita Om Varunasya Uttam Halmasya Varunasya Stam Sarjanisto Varunasya Ritsadanyasi Varunasya Ritsadamasi Varunasya Ritsadamasi Adyamadhyamachmanim Svanam Sri Shiv Shankara Bhagavan Pujan Om Namah Shivaya Om Namah Shivaya Namo Namah Om Namah Shivaya Om Namah Shivaya Namo Namah Om Gokshivadamandesham Gokshivemaya Kritam Snaparam Deva Deveshvara Shiva Shankaram Shir Snanam Sri Shiva Shankara Bhagavan Pujanam Om Namah Shivaya Om Namah Shivaya Namo Namah Om Namah Shivaya Om Namah Shivaya Namo Namah पशुपालो मणिमालस्ताश्विना शब्दशेताशुरमस्ते रूपा पशुपति कर्मण्यामा विदिप्ता रौद्रा नमो रूपा पारजन्य इति गंगजल स्नानं श्री शिवशंकर भगवान पूजन ओम नमः शिवाय ओम नमः शिवाय नमो ओम नमः शिवाय नमो नमः इति अभिषेकं समाप्तं समर्पयामि प्रेम से शिव शंकर भगवान की जय शरणं प्रभु ओम शीतवातोषं संत्रानं जयरक्षणं परं देहालंकरणं वस्त्रं प्रेतार्थं प्रतिगृह्यतामिति वस्त्रदानं
शिवाजी के साथ में बन गए राम शिवाजी के साथ में बन गए राम बन गए राम बने गए सीता बन गए राम बने गए सीता शिवाजी के साथ में बन गए राम शिवाजी के साथ में
पंचाक्षर स्तोत्रम के
Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Har Har Bole, Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya,
Har Har Bole Namah Shivaya.
Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Har Har Bole, Namah Shivaya. Someshwara Shiva Someshwara Har Har Bole Namah Shivaya. Someshwara Shiva Someshwara Har Har Bole Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya, Har Har Bole Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Har Har Bole Namah Shivaya. Vishveshwara Shiva Vishveshwara Har Har Bole Namah Shivaya. Vishveshwara Shiva Vishveshwara Har Har Bole Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Har Har Bole Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Har Har Bole Namah Shivaya. Koteshwara Shiva Koteshwara Har Har Bole Namah Shivaya. Koteshwara Shiva Koteshwara Har Har Bole Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Har Har Bole Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Har Har Bole Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Har Har Bole Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Har Har Bole Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Har Har Bole Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya, Om
त्वं गिरिजामते सहचरपाण शरीरं गृहम् पूजाते विषयोपभोगरचना समाविष्टिते जय जय करुणादेव श्री महादेव शंभो जय जय करुणादेव श्री महादेव शंभो शिव शंकर भगवान की जय शरणं प्रभु. This time we take the prasadam from those who have brought simultaneously with the Shiva Abhishekam and the Bhajan and Kirtan singing. And I invite all of you to participate in one or more of these activities. Do the best you can. Please avoid chit-chatting in the prayer room. It's a little bit distracting. So if you can manage that, we'll do well. Thank you all. Once again, we'll continue with the activities. Hari Om Tat Sat Sat Vishnu Sri Brahma VitiVari.
Kandeya Nilala Omali Khalam Ana Kandeya Nilala Omali Khalam Isi Vijay Murali Muraliya Jagat Gairi Ana Kandeya Nilala Omali Khalam Isi Vijay
भजुमन हरि हर ओम सुमिरो मन नारायण भजुमन हरि हर ओम सुमिरो मन नारायण भजुमन हरि हर ओम सुमिरो मन नारायण नारायण हरि 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 भजुमन हरि हर ओम सुमिरो मन नारायण भजुमन हरि हर ओम सुमिरो मन नारायण भजुमन सूरज भजुमन चंद्र भजुमन सूरज भजुमन चंद्र भजुमन सूरज भजुमन चंद्र भजुमन सूरज भजुमन चंद्र भजुमन पवन सुमीर सुमिरो मन नारायण भजुमन पवन सुमीर सुमिरो मन नारायण भजुमन हरि हर ओम सुमिरो मन नारायण भजुमन हरि हर ओम सुमिरो मन नारायण भजुमन ब्रह्मा भजुमन विष्णु भजुमन ब्रह्मा भजुमन विष्णु भजुमन ब्रह्मा भजुमन विष्णु भजुमन ब्रह्मा भजुमन विष्णु भजुमन शिव ओंकार सुमिरो मन नारायण भजुमन शिव ओंकार सुमिरो मन नारायण भजुमन हरि हर ओम सुमिरो मन नारायण भजुमन हरि हर ओम सुमिरो मन नारायण भजुमन सीता भजुमन राम भजुमन सीता भजुमन राम भजुमन सीता भजुमन राम भजुमन सीता भजुमन राम भजुमन हनुमत वीर सुमिरो मन नारायण भजुमन हनुमत वीर सुमिरो मन नारायण नारायण हरि 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 भजुमन हरि हर ओम सुमिरो मन नारायण भजुमन हरि हर ओम सुमिरो मन नारायण सुमिरो मन नारायण सुमिरो मन नारायण
Water Rangajalam Samanitam Subarkoshistam Samartam Devadevish Nityahatam Pratigayatam
Krishnaram Duk Krishnaram Dukaram Tera Naam Rama Ho Kamal Nain Wali Ram Rama Ho Kamal Nain Wali Ram में तेरे अमर समाए, पत्थर में तेरे अमर समाए, तू ही सभी का सच्चा सहाय, तू ही सभी का सच्चा सहाय, तू ही है सारी जगत का रचैया, तू ही है सारी जगत का रचैया, हाथों में तेरे लगा बुरा, कष्ट हरण दुख हरण, तेरा नाम राम हो, कामल नैन वाले राम हो, कामल नैन वाले कैसे सुनाए महिमा तुम्हारी, कैसे सुनाए महिमा तुम्हारी, नहीं वाणियों में शक्ति हमारी, नहीं वाणियों में शक्ति हमारी, सब प्राणियों में तू ही है दाता, सब प्राणियों में तू ही है दाता, सब है तुम्हारी गुलाम कष्ट हरण दुख हरण, तेरा नाम राम हो, कामल नैन वाले राम हो, कामल नैन वाले हमारी भक्ति जगा दो, मन में हमारी भक्ति जगा दो, अपने चरण का दीवाना बना दो, अपने चरण का दीवाना बनाओ, तेरे मधुर नाम प्यारे रमैया, तेरा मधुर नाम प्यारे रमैया, जपते रहे तो यहाँ मेरा कष्ट हरण दुख हरण, तेरा नाम राम हो, कामल नैन वाले राम हो, कामल नैन वाले तुमको चाहे जाए न जाए, तुमको चाहे जाए न जाए, तेरी शरण में आए न आए, तेरी शरण में आए न आए, तूने सभी पर कृपा लुटाई, तूने सभी पर कृपा लुटाई, देते सभी को आराम कष्ट हरण दुख हरण, तेरा नाम राम हो, कामल नैन वाले राम हो, कामल नैन वाले कष्ट हरण दुख हरण, तेरा नाम राम हो, कामल नैन वाले राम हो, कामल नैन वाले राम हो, कामल नैन वाले
ओम सूर्यो ज्योति ज्योति सूर्य,
जय भोला बंदारे शिव हरे, जय भोला बंदारे, जय कैलाशपति शिव शंकर, सब जग के हितकारी, जय भोला बंदारे शिव हरे, जय भोला बंदारे। शिव हो मंत्र तिहारा, हे शिव शंकर मंत्र जगाओ और तप उजियारा। नमामि शंकर नमामि शंकर नमामि शंकर नमामि शंकर, कृपा करो त्रिपुरारी। जय भोला बंधारी शिव, जय भोला बंधारी, जय कैलाशपति शिव शंकर, जगत के हितधारी। जय भोला बंधारी शिव, जय भोला बंधारी। शंख से शब्द जगाकर स्वर संगीत बहारा, युग युग से सृष्टि नामे ऐसा डमरू बजाया। तेरी याद भुलाए जग, तेरी याद भुलाए जग में दुआवे संसारी। जय भोला बंधारी जय भोला बंधारी। तीनों ताप हरम कर देते ये त्रिशूल विधारा। तेरा नाम जब से मेरे जग में मिलता मोती मारा। महादेव परब्रह्म विधाता, महादेव परब्रह्म विधाता, आयुष्कर बिहारी। जय भोला बंधारी शिव, जय भोला बंधारी, जय कैलाशपति शिव शंकर, जय कैलाशपति शिव शंकर, सब जग के हितधारी। जय भोला बंधारी शिव, जय भोला बंधारी।
All right, everybody got their chance?
Yeah.
Except the horn. I might as well toss this bird today. We'll give him twice next week. Now, once again, family and friends, welcome to the Voice of Dharma Temple. Whether you're here or whether you're joining us from remote, we appreciate your presence. We appreciate your support as well. And we appreciate those who have taken the time to come out and be here with us. It's a time when we need as many people as we can to attend, but because of our circumstances being what it is, I understand if you don't feel comfortable coming, and we have to live with that and work with it. However, we still have to run the temple, we have to pay the bills, unfortunately. Government didn't say, or Hydro didn't say, well, you know, we can put you on break for a little while. But it doesn't work that way. Water doesn't work that way either. So whatever we use, we have to pay for. So we appreciate the donations that have been coming our way, and we're grateful for them. Now, today, of course, once again, we'll be joining with the Ram Charitmanas, the journey of Sri Ram, in his quest to overcome the ego. And that is the theme and the motive that we've been applying for a little while now. But before I get there, let's join in prayer. Om Lokabhiranam Ragaram Yadhi Rajivanekam Raghuvanshanatham Karunyarupam Karunakarantam
वसन्तं हृदयारविन्दे आरुह्यामि सर्वं नमामि। जय राम श्रीराम जय जय राम श्रीराम जय राम जय जय राम जय राम श्रीराम जय जय राम श्रीराम जय राम जय जय राम श्रीराम जय राम जय जय राम श्रीराम जय राम जय जय
Before we join Sri Ram on the crossing of the Ganga, let's take a few minutes to recognize, of course, that the Hindus in olden times had a festival for every single day of the year. Unfortunately, with the moving of time and the responsibility that people took on, these became less and less and less until now we actually only celebrate about 10 or 12, if that much. The main ones, of course, being the Ram Navami, Janmashtami, Shivratri, and the Navaratri festivals. So very few of them are celebrated in the kind of pomp and ceremony we used to do before. But recognize the fact that last Wednesday, which was the 7th day of the dark half of the month of Margashira, that's the Jayanti of Bhairav. Now Bhairav is called Kal Bhairav. And Kal Bhairav has a special meaning. Kal is translated in two ways, one dark and one time. So as Kal Bhairav, we look at him as a destroyer of time. Now time cannot be destroyed, as you well know. Second doesn't go into half a second and we count that as a second. So time stays still and moves on according to the movement of the planets and the sun, especially the birth around the sun. And every so often you can correct that because it's not exact. The science is not very exact. So sometimes it's faster, sometimes it's slower, but once in a while, every 4 years, I think you have to adjust one day. And you have to adjust some seconds as well. So it's not precise because you're talking about a movement of mass planets. So to be precise is a very difficult thing, but they're close, very close. So the time is based upon those movements, and we measure them according to device clocks and so on to do them. Now, at the time when someone is passing away, when they're dying, the separation of jiva and body takes a lot of effort and pain. Now, when we look at someone dying, it looks like it's very simple. They're breathing one moment and they stop the next. I don't know how many of you have been at the bedside. Some people are afraid, I don't know why. It's the most natural thing there is. You and I will experience it eventually. So it's not like we're going to have to escape it. It will happen to us. But there's a huge amount of pain that comes about with that separation. But to make that separation as short as possible, Shiva has taken this form of Kal Bhairav to compress that pain and make it a very brief moment only. So you will feel the pain, but it will be so brief you won't even notice it. We all will. So this is what Bhairav function is. Kal Bhairav. And in the Madrasi system, they call him the master. Why? Because he's a form of Shiva that has come about to bring less pain to humanity. So Bhairav, he looks like he's a punisher, but he actually is the most compassionate form of Shiva that there is. Because think if you have to go through pain and pain during this period of separation of body and jiva. You know what it will feel like? No other people are afraid of them. But because we don't know, we don't see it, occurring that much, it looks like it's a very simple thing. And that is because of the blessings and the compassionate nature of Bhagavan Shiva as Kaam Bhairav that this takes place. So I hope you understand that. Don't look upon Bhairav as somebody that you need to be fearful of. No, you welcome him as a friend. He is our friend. Bhagavan is always our friend. There's not a moment that Bhagavan is not with us. And there's not a moment that death is away from us either. It's with us all the time, just waiting for the call, the time to happen. So when you see the Bhairav, a lot of people look at many times you see the picture of the Murti that's standing on top of the head or holding the head in his hand like that. Is a head of fear. Okay? You need to be less fearful. So I hope that will satisfy your curiosity as to what Bhairav is about. And when they perform the Devi Puja, of course, Bhairav has to be like a procedure. Bhairav has to be worshipped before the Devi Puja begins. Because you have to calm all the fears before you go into the Devi Puja. And Devi, of course, is the most compassionate form as well, because it's a motherly aspect. Everybody can identify with their mother. So all these things, Bhagavan is the most compassionate there is. But when we are looking at the way things happen in life, we become fearful. And we are fearful of life because we don't know what is in store. If life goes smoothly, everybody's happy. But when challenges come, and challenges must come, without challenges, life will not be worth living. Challenges must come. Because in overcoming these challenges, we experience the pleasure and the joy that we look for in life. And those joys and pleasure are just a moment of the glimpse that you can have if you become self-realized. These are little glimpses that we get. And Bhagavan has placed this, so when you want something very badly and you get it, you feel total joy for a little while until you become bored with it. But that moment of joy is what you can feel all the time if you are self-realized. Would you like to experience that all the time? Everybody wants happiness. How often do you want it? Sometimes or all the time? All the time, exactly. So for that to happen requires a lot of effort. It doesn't happen by itself. We have to earn it. And we have to earn it by our own sacrifices and the way we conduct ourselves. So when we left off the last time, Sri Ram, at his bidding, the ferryman, the Kewat, brought the bowl, the wooden bowl, as well as the waters of the Ganga, to wash the feet of Sri Ram. We pick up from there, Chaupai.
Ati ananda umagi anuraga Charana saroja patharan raga Jaya Siya Jai Suman sur, Barishi Suman sur, Sakal Sihati, Nisama Punya, Punja Punai, Jai Ram Shri Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Shri Ram Jai Ram, Shri Ram
In an ecstasy of joy and with heart overflowing with love, he proceeded to bathe the feet of Sri Ram. Now, think about this way. in this day and time and the way we've evolved as human beings, showing humility is a very difficult thing. No one that I know will simply go and bow their heads and say Jai Shri Ram or something like that. A few of us do Ram Ram, but you don't bow the head. You don't touch the feet of the elders. How many of you do it? Very few. So to be humble is a very hard thing. We all have this pride with us. We think there's a crowbar in the back that's holding it up there. You can't bend it. but here is a man willing to wash the feet of Sri Ram. But why? Because of his bhakti, his devotion for Ram. He knows within his mind that this is what I have been waiting. This is why I've been doing this very job here all my life, to wait for this moment to come when I will be able to cross the Bhagavan himself in his human form and earn myself my way to liberation. This is what the man knows. He recognized Sri Ram. You know, this is the thing with us. We fail to recognize someone who is compassionate to us many times. In fact, many of us will develop enmity with those that hold us dear. Many of us in life. How many parents you don't know and their children don't talk? Without those parents, the children will not be here. Do you know that? You know some of them? Everybody knows some of them. I know that. So really and truly, why these things happen? It's a failure to communicate and a failure to recognize gratitude. To be gratitude or to be gracious to those that have done for us is the most wonderful thing there can be. But unfortunately, as life evolves, and it does, things work themselves in such a way that sometimes we develop enmity toward the people that we love the most, or should love the most. And when the time comes and they close their eyes for the last time, guess who's crying the most? Because they know in their hearts that they've failed totally to be the son or the daughter that they should have been, or the brother or sister that they should have been, or the relative that they should have been. Unfortunately, then it's too late. And for many of us, too late is a cry many times. Because when the sun was shining, we did not make hay. My friends, Ramayana teaches us many lessons, but mainly lessons of life itself. And your life and my life, we may eat different things, we may entertain ourselves differently, but we are entertaining and we are eating. Without eating, we can't live. We're not eating the same thing. We're eating different things, but we gotta eat to live. Entertainment, too much of our time is spent on entertaining ourselves instead of reflecting. And all of us are in the same boat, unfortunately, and that is why the cycle of life goes on and on and on. Each successive life that we come into allows us the opportunity to rectify and to add to what our karma is so that we can hopefully, and this is one of the reasons why we want to live long, you know. Hopefully the longer we live, the more good things we'll do. It doesn't always happen. For many of us, the longer we live, the more bad things we do. There's a little story that actually Sadhu told me a story, believe it or not. He's not here, but he said, you know, Bhagavan is asking the man at the last moment, what else we want? What can I give to you? He said, can you give me more time? And Bhagavan said, you already had 90 years. How much more time you want? You haven't done what you haven't done in 90 years, you're going to do in 10 more minutes? And this is the problem with all of us. What we can't do in our entire lifetime, we want more time to do at the end. A few more minutes. Well, what the bucket didn't fall, the rain is not going to fall.
But the rain don't fall.
I want the rain don't fill the bucket.
But you don't fill.
Whatever. I think I got that totally upside down, but that's okay. What the rain didn't fall, the Jew can't fall. Okay, that makes more sense. So there we go. We are in a process, this man has a great opportunity here and he's making full use of it. What does he do? So he washes the feet of Sri Ram, and what happened? All the Devas were envious of him. Why? Because they have not had the opportunity to do the same thing that he is able to do. And this is an opportunity that he has, fortunate for him. What they do, the rain flowers and envied his lot and said there was none so meritorious as him. Meritorious, why? Because he earned it. It's our merit that earns us what we have. Not the punya, not the pap, the punya. We have to remember that. Continue. Doha. After washing Sri Ram's feet, drinking of the water with all his family. Don't forget what we said about this before. If you were here, you remember. The Panchamrit has now become the Channaimrit. 6 ingredients now in it. With all his family, so he shares it with all his family. He's not a very, how should I put it, a selfish man. He wants to share his good fortune with others. And we do the same thing when we perform puja. You wash the murti with the Panchamrit. What do you do after? We share it with everyone. It's a symbol of that purificatory thing that comes to all of us. Unfortunately for us, after the purification, we go back to doing our usual stuff, right? I start piling up the pop again. So what can I say? This is how life is. The cycle has to continue. But we have to remember, after the purification, if we can stay pure, it will be great. But unfortunately, that's not an easy thing to do. Life does have to go on. So we all have to work our own way around it. Thus transporting the jivas of his deceased forebears across the ocean of birth of death. Now I have a little problem with this myself, I got to be honest with you, because there's a discussion here that needs to take place at this time. What is Sri Ram here saying? Or what is Tulsidas saying, not Sri Ram? He shares it with his family, and all his pitters, the pitters are the pitries of his ancestors. Because of this action that he has done, Tulsi is telling us, brought liberation to all the jivas of his deceased relatives of the past. How is that possible? I have a problem with it. Each of us earn our own way. So we can't accept everything the way it is, and I'm sure there's an explanation for this. I just haven't been able to find it.
Some of them might have returned already.
Exactly. Jivas, as far as I know, and my own understanding, the Jivas come, they live in us, or we live with them, because that's the life force that is in all of us. Death occurs, Jivas goes off, waits for, because of the karma, it has 4 things with it, the Jiva has 4 things with it. It has the manas, it has the intellect, the buddhi, the chitta, and the ahankara, the identity. So the chitta contains within it the results of karma that we've done. Buddhi we all have, intellect, we're able to reason. So all of us have these 4 things. The purpose of life is to purify the chitta. Because when the chitta becomes pure, the intellect purifies itself immediately and becomes self-realized. To get there is what the journey of life is all about. The ahankara is just the identity. We all have it. But the idea is the identity kills us all the time. Because the identity wants to lay claim to the entire world. The world is not enough. That's James Bond. The world is not enough. So we all want and want and want. And this is the problem with ahankara. It's the ego. Ease God out. They were not before. So we want to bring the ego and suppress the want that is in it and the selfishness that is in it. This is mine and that is mine and that is mine. This is my son, this is my daughter, this is my house, this is my car. If these things were ours, we should be able to take them wherever we go. How many of us are going to take them with us? None. Even the clothes that the people put you in, they last in the casket. If your family didn't put it there, you don't have it. Not that you need them. But decency says you must cover the body with some kind of clothing. Some traditions are very elaborate. Some very basic. And the more basic it is, the better it is. Don't forget that casket that you're going to put the body in is going to go into the fire and it's going to burn up. You want a $10 million casket to burn up like that? That's up to you. If you got the money, why not? It's only money. You want a $5 casket? That's fine. It's back paperboard. So all is the same. It depends on the wishes of the person. If we have a big ego, we want the best looking casket there is. If you have a small ego, you don't care. You gotta make up your mind. Each of us have that ability. So when I say that the Jivatma of his ancestors become liberated, I have a problem with it. If you believe it is okay, accept it as it is. But start thinking. My job here is to make each one of you think. Alright, start thinking. Because by seeking, and thinking will bring seeking. By seeking, eventually we come to something that is acceptable to each one of us. The moment we stop thinking, we stop believing, is the moment that we start seeking. Can't believe everything you hear. Even if it sounds reasonable, think about it. See if there's a flaw in it. As we evolve and grow older, the wisdom that is in us grows as well. And what was acceptable 2 years ago is not acceptable today. I think all of you know this already. Because every day our outlook changes and we learn new things. As we learn new things, we change the way we think as well. And after doing this, he joyfully placed Sri Ram, Lakshman, Sita in boat, accompanied, of course, by Guha, and crossed the river. So let's see how this goes. Uttari kar bhai sur sari reta, sur sari reta, Siya Ram Guha Lakshmana Sameta, Siya Ram Guha Lakshmana Sameta. Jai Ram, Shri Ram, Jai Jai Rama, Jai Jai Rama, Shri Ram Jai Ram, Jai Jai Rama, Shri Ram Jai Ram, Jai Jai Rama. Kevat uttari dandavat kina, Kevat uttari dandavat kina, Prabhu sapudre nahi kachu dina, Prabhu sapudre nahi kachu dina, nahi kachu dina, nahi kachu dina, nahi kachu dina, Prabhu sapudre nahi kachu dina, Prabhu sapudre nahi kachu dina. Jai Rama, Shri Rama, Jai Jai Rama, Jai Jai Rama, Shri Rama Jai Rama, Jai Jai Rama, Shri Rama Jai Rama, Jai Jai Rama, Jai Rama Shri Rama, Jai Jai Rama, Jai Rama Shri Rama, Jai Jai Rama, Shri Rama Jai Rama, Shri Rama Jai Rama, Shri Rama Jai Rama, Jai Jai Rama. Looking for some paces here, yes. As they reached the other side, Sita Ram and Guha Lakshman disembarked and stood on the sands of the Ganga River. The ferryman too got down, prostrated himself before Sri Ram, who felt embarrassed at the thought that he had not given him a reward, a payment. So here is where the story now becomes interesting. Rama left Ayodhya with no gold, no jewelry, his head tied up in the milk of the banyan, no pocket for that matter. Okay, you and I, we don't leave house without your wallet and your phone and your keys. I think those are the most important things, so you can get back in when you get home. But in this case, Ram and Lakshman left without anything at all, period. Nothing. He's used the service of the boatman. This is the thing that you have to think about. He's used the service of the boatman and he has no money to pay. What do you do? Anybody knows? Yeah, exactly. We'll come to that in a minute. And after I finish this next verse, I want you to think about what is going to happen next, right? Because next week when we come, we want to look at what happens and how does this relate to the story as it moves forward. Because what happens, Sita can read the mind of Sri Ram. She knows exactly what's going on. She was not sent into exile like Rama was. Rama was exiled without any monetary gift, money, no gold, no jewelry, no nothing. But Sita, on the other hand, accompanied Sri Ram, and she would have with her one piece of jewelry that women always wear. They wear their bangles, their wedding bangles, which they always wear.
The wedding band.
Eh?
The wedding band.
Wedding bangles and a wedding ring, exactly.
Ring, yeah.
So women always have those. The only time you take off those, there's always one more thing that they wear, which is called a mangal suit.
Yeah.
So these three things women are supposed to wear all the time, and as long as their husbands are alive, they wear that too. And they also wear the sindoor. As you all well know, we keep telling you all the time that all the married women here don't wear sindoor. What can I tell you? You know what sindoor symbolize? You want your husband to be living a long time, to outlive you if possible. I think that might be a little bit stretching it too far. For some, you want him to die for quick. Well, listen, man. If you're an abuser of the woman, wouldn't she want you to die early? Why are you abusing in the first place?
Get lost.
You know how many women kill their husband because they are abusive?
Oh, yes.
It happened a lot.
Happens. Yeah, all the
What
time.
about the guy in India that killed the girl in 35 pieces each of her?
No, I don't know about that.
I saw
I didn't hear anything about that yet.
Yeah, I told you, I saw it.
You guys are internet surfers, I'm not. The only thing I use my computer for is sending email, reading what the email says, trying to educate myself, and keeping my brains active. That's the main thing. Use some puzzles and so on. Try it sometime, it's good. Sudoku is really, really, really good. Very challenging. Keeps the brain sharp, logical.
Password, Babaji, sometimes took in our night.
You can't find your password?
No, I don't know. You're the one.
Alright. So we look at so what happens? Sri Ram felt embarrassed that he had not given him any reward. So this is a normal reaction for many of us. If somebody does you a favor, you want to show your gratitude in some practical way. Money is always good. Okay? Money never fails. But not always is money. Sometimes you gotta put some thought in the gift you're gonna give too. When somebody's birthday comes around and you have a relationship, you want to give them something that they will remember you by. You have to think about what they actually need and will use. You don't want to give them something they're going to re-gift the next day. Which is what most of us do, by the way. Regifting is part of life here. Too many things. I remember simpler times when there were not so many things. But let it be what it is. I'm going to stop here for a minute. And this is going to be my last Chaupai for today. My time's running out.
Charan
Alright, I'll just read the translation for this, and next week we'll begin a discussion of what it means. Sita, who could read her husband's mind, cheerfully withdrew her wedding ring off her finger and gave it to Sri Ram, who said to the Kevat, "Here is your fee." But the ferryman, in his confusion, refused to accept and remained clasping the feet of Sri Ram. So we look at this next time, see the implications of this. And if he didn't accept the ring, and this is what I wanted to think of, if he didn't accept the ring, what did Ram do with it? Now for you and I, we'll normally take it back and give it to the person, right? Isn't that what we do? That ring has a lot of significance, and it'll come back later to haunt us all. I'll tell you more about this next time. Prem Swasyapati Ramachandra Ki Jai Sharanam Prabhu. Now, family and friends, we have a few announcements that we'd like to make, and let me begin here, if I can get my. As you know, we are in the fundraising period of time now. All of you are well aware. We have a little function coming up on the 10th of December, Sangeet afternoon, evening, I should say, where we'll get some of our best singers around that we can muster, and maybe not all the best ones. It's hard to get all the best ones. Most of them want pay. This will be a free thing, okay, for the people who are contributing. Some of them got even pay to get in. But this is a fundraiser, of course. We like to get as many people out as possible. We've only printed 100 tickets, so that will probably be sold out. If anybody else want to come, you can pay cash at the door. Not everybody will use their tickets, I gotta be honest. But if you can come, please come and join us. We'll be right in here. This is where it's gonna be. 6:30 to 9:30 is the designated time. And we'll have the musicians, we'll have the singers. It's an entertainment evening, and we'd like all of you to please support the event. We're looking for donations as well for those of you who can't come, or if you buy the ticket, you can send the money in, and of course you can send that directly to the temple's website. Treasurer at voiceofdharmatemple.com. So that's our email or e-transfer address. Treasurer, whole word, all lowercase, no space, treasurer at voiceofdharmatemple.com. Alright, we'll post this on the Facebook page as well, so you can see it there. And I put the flyer there already. I'll put the comment at the bottom to add on the link so that everybody can see it. So if you want to give us from through the bank, you can send it directly to the temple. So we really appreciate it of anything that we get. There's a couple of them already there. I know that we keep looking on a daily basis. This is your job for the next little while. And we'll really appreciate anything you can do, because what has happened is, like I said at the beginning, the bills still gotta be paid, even though people have stopped coming, and they stopped coming because of the pandemic. I understand all of that. It's okay. Until you feel safe and you feel comfortable, don't come. It's okay. But in the meantime, we still appreciate the help that we can get from everyone. It's a community effort, of course, and to keep this temple here and going, we do need the help to pay the bills. So we are on the voiceofdharmatemple.com, like I said. And if you have a comment to make, you can check our Facebook page. We are broadcasting live as usual. A lot of people do comments on there. And Voice of Dharma Temple Facebook page. Put your comment in so we know you visited and you saw it.
But it was mentioned. Dinner will be served at that time.
Yes, oh yeah, there's a dinner, sorry.
That's why we'll talk to you after service.
There's a dinner that will accompany that, so that is all inclusive. So $20 is the ticket, all inclusive dinner and show and entertainment. So Saturday, December the 3rd is Gita Jayanti. Pandit Mohan will be here on the 4th, he will speak on that. And I will be absent on that day, unfortunately. I have another commitment that I gotta keep. Wednesday, December the 7th is the full moon for those of you who are keeping track. And we want to thank all the musicians and the singers. Amar, we really miss your contribution today. We have 2 donations here today that we would like to read out. By Atam Prakash Gahutra. I think it's $21, right? $21? $21. And there's a $25 from Budu Ram Narayan and Lydia Ram Narayan. We thank all of you for the donation. Guru has left a little note here on quickly. Dear Pandit and Associates, please accept this donation for the temple. We are the parents of the late Akash Ramanarayan. I remember doing the last rites of Akash actually. I don't have much to say, thank you. And we thank you, Guruji, for the kind donation. We are appreciative of everything that comes to the temple. The temple is appreciative, and we thank you on behalf of the temple. Thank you so much. And I think that's about it for now.
Calendars?
Eh?
Calendars for 2020.
I do have, but not about 10 left only. So I'm not announcing it because I'll sell those out when I go out on my own sojourn around the place. So we should be able to finish. And if the 10 doesn't sell, I usually give them away to people who make donations as well. So it's hard for a man to give you $100 and take his $2 for the calendar. It's a very difficult thing to do.
Last the whole year.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, but he gives you $100 that you take gladly, and then you say, "Give me $2 for the calendar." Some people will do it, but not everybody. Everybody will feel comfortable with it. So I said, keep it. It's okay. It happens. What can you do? These things, you gotta live with them. So thank you all for being here once again. I think that's about it. Let's stand for our tea. For those of you who are going to be stay back a few minutes for discussion of the tickets, and we do have the tickets here. Rani has them. Thank you.
Om Jai Jagadishwar Hare Swami Jai Jagadishwar Hare Bhakt Janon ke sangat दास जनों के संकट छलने दूर करे ओम जय जगदीश तुम Shanti, Hari Om. प्रेम से बोलो श्री कृष्ण भगवान की जय।